Hi, I'm Nikki. Welcome to my channel where we get nerdy. And today I have a couple things. I have my September wrap-up, which September went terrible. Really bad. And I know I said I was on a book buying ban. However, I did get some pre-order. I got a pre-order. Well, I technically didn't get it in. Like, I canceled my pre-order and picked it up in person at the Barnes & Noble I work at, because they actually had it out before it showed online that I would even get it. So I just canceled my pre-order and picked it up in person. I have a book that was given to me. I have an ARC that was given to me, and 3 books that I bought myself for either Spoopathon, which is going on next month, a readathon, or just because I have zero self-control. So, with that being said, we will get started in just one moment. I gotta fix the camera angle because I keep bumping my arm on the shelf like I'm too close to it. So I need to scoot you back so I can scoot forward. So hold on 1 minute. All right. So first things first, September's wrap-up. In September, I was supposed to read, gosh, like, what, 7 books? Something like that? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7. I'm supposed to read 7 books. You want to see the stack of how many I actually got to? It's really tiny. I got to 3. I know, I failed, like, hardcore. And I really don't have an excuse other than I started my new job, but that's kind of, like, still no excuse, in my opinion. Like, I could have put forth more effort in reading, but that's okay. We're allowed to have mistakes happen, and it's okay. So, I will be taking a punishment for October. I'm just trying to figure out the logistics on how it's going to work into Spoopathon. Because for Spoopathon, we can't do TBRinko because of the way it works. You'll see that in the Spoopathon video that I do post. So, first book I read was Titanic by Archibald Gracie. This book, I rated it 5 stars. It was informative, moving. It gave you the heebie-jeebies at different points because this book was published in 1913. So literally a year after the Titanic went down. So it has the most relevant information at that time, and it has first-hand accounts from that time. So it makes it a lot more real. For me, it felt like the Titanic has always been this lore, legend, shrouded in mystery type thing, and this made it much, much more real than I would have expected. And I want to say it was within the first 8 pages I was crying, because just the way you're getting, like, part memoir but part, like, investigative journalism type thing, because he talks to a bunch of the survivors as well and gets their accounts on what they saw and what they heard. So you're getting his and this person and that person and this, so you're getting all kinds of information. And when I was on Goodreads and I finished it and I rated it, I read some other people's ratings. Not saying that they were wrong, but I think with a book that is older, that is accounting a historic moment, we as readers need to remember that it is an older book, and what we see as inaccuracies weren't considered inaccuracies at that time. Big one being Colonel Gracie said, the Titanic didn't break apart. I don't know why everyone's saying it did. But that's because he didn't know it broke apart. He didn't see it happen. Like, he saw it sinking. He didn't realize that when it went like this and came back down, that the bottom half had... It was the bottom half that broke off. He didn't realize that. So he says that people are wrong, that they didn't break apart. But of course now we know that it did because of, you know, submarine, submersible things going down and finding it and whatnot. So there are some inaccuracies with this, but they're true to the time of then. And him saying that he didn't think it happened, you can't discount him because it's his recollection of a traumatic event that happened to him. So we need to, as readers, keep mindful of things like that. We can't automatically discredit someone's story just because it doesn't fit newer data. I'll get off my soapbox now. Second book I read was Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levinseller. If you guys haven't gotten tired of me talking about her books, you deserve a gold ribbon. Because I have read a lot of her stuff this year. I think she's, next to Dennard, she is the author I have read the most. Her, Dennard, and Maniscalco. So this book, we're following Resmira. She is taking the trial to become a warrior of her village and take her father's spot as the village leader. Stuff happens and things don't go according to plan. And so that's this book. I rated this, again, I am like wicked easy to give out 5 stars, apparently. But I think there's like a different classification of 5 stars for me. But I digress. This was 5 star. I absolutely loved it. Trisha Levinseller, I love her work. She does fantastic. Yes. I read this and like total reading time was less than 24 hours. I don't know exactly how many hours, but like I picked it up one day, set it down sporadically to like do things, but finished it within 24 hours. Yeah, it's a great one. So I recommend for people that like a strong female heroine, that isn't afraid to question the social norm. So, and then the last book I read was Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Lightning Thief. I read this book back in 2010. Okay, so it's been a minute since I read this. More recently, I have watched the movie with my son. And I remember when the movie came out and seeing it and thinking the movie was trash because it was nothing like the book. And I'm going to say now that the movie is not just trash, it is a complete dumpster fire. It is one of those adaptations that did not need to happen if they weren't going to stay true to the book. Nothing against Logan Lerman or any of the actors and actresses. It's just, it was poor decision making on the parts of who adapted it. The writers and the producers and the directors. It was poor decisions on their part. I would love to see this done proper, though. It is, when I first read it, I would have rated it a 5 star. And I'm still going to give it a 5-star, but for the nostalgic value of it, I love Rick Riordan's verse. I love the interactions with characters. I love the banter. Just, I know middle grade is, I don't mind reading it, but it's definitely not my favorite genre. So, nothing against middle grade readers, just it's not for me. I'll still keep reading middle grade because I have a plan to read the entire Riordan verse, including the Riordan Presents. I will keep reading them, and I'm going to put my bias aside, but still, great book. Really, really, really would love to see this done proper. And if the rumors are correct, Disney is going to do like a TV series based off from this. Hopefully that's true. I want that. So that was my fail of a September wrap up. Yeah. And then on to my fail of book haul. I honestly should have had like a fail counter. How many times I say it? So first things first, we'll do The Gift, which is Undercover Bromance by Lysa K. Adams. This is the second book in the Bromance Book Club. Last haul video, I talked about how my friend Ree gave me the third book, and she had ordered the second, but it hadn't been in. Now it's in, so I'm excited. I don't know why. This series is a complete guilty pleasure for me. Like, I don't quite get it, but I really enjoy the series. So, it's Bromance Book Club. Next, I'm going to talk about the arc that I was given at work to read for, like, to familiarize myself with it and review. And that is The Girl Who Knew Too Much by Tiffany Brooks. This is a debut novel, if I remember correctly. High school senior Riley Osment is desperate to change her reality after making a fool of herself on social media. When she's picked as a contestant on a reality TV show, she's excited for what's to come. Suddenly, Riley's dropped onto a deserted tropical island with 19 others competing for $1 million and a rumored treasure lost on the island. Getting Survivor vibes, okay? Cut off from the outside world, the contestants soon find themselves victims of accidents that seem to have been anything but accidental. And as Riley searches the mysterious island, it becomes apparent someone is willing to stop her at any cost. Will she be able to stay one step ahead of whoever is threatening her, or will she be the next victim? So, this is an arc, and it says on sale January 4th, 2022. If anybody is intrigued by it by any means, I don't normally read these type of like thrillery books, but I want to. Like, it's my first time actually having a physical arc, so I feel like I should really, really, really read it. And it made me feel really good that my employer picked me to read it, so it was a nice little confidence boost. I will read it for sure soon and give everyone my view on this book. Let's see we'll see how this goes, right? So, next, the pre-order that I had ordered online that found it in my store faster was Harrow the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. This is the second book in the Locked Tomb series. So the first book is Gideon the Ninth. Then we have Harrow the Ninth. There's apparently going to be 4 books total. The third book is Nona the Ninth. And I think the third book and then the fourth book is going to be like Alecto the Ninth. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. Okay? This is just rumors I have heard. So, but anyways, Harrow the Ninth. So we are following our necromancer from Gideon, as she answered the Emperor's call. And I can't really say what's going to happen, like what the synopsis is without spoiling Gideon, but we're continuing on the series, for sure. And can we talk about how beautiful that artwork is? Like, yes, I love it. So, there's those 3 books. Then the 3 books that I bought that I really didn't need. We have the Library of the Unwritten. So Claire was named the head librarian of the Unwritten Wing in a neutral space in Hell, where all the stories unfinished by their authors reside. Her job is mainly repairing and organizing the books, but also keeping an eye on restless stories that risk materializing as characters and escaping the library. When a hero escapes from his book and goes in search of its author, Claire must track down and capture him with the help of former muse and current assistant Brevity and the nervous and sweet demon Leto. So, this is the best blurb. A muse, an undead librarian, a demon, and a ghost walk into Valhalla. What follows is delightful and poignant fantasy adventure. This is a first in a duology. At least I'm pretty sure it's just a duology. There might be more. Don't hold me to that. So, yeah. I'm excited. The whole concept is just really intriguing. Next, we have For the Wolf by Hannah Witton. The blurb on the back says, the first daughter is for the throne, the second daughter is for the wolf. So I'm getting very Little Red Riding Hood, Little Red Riding Hood and Beauty and the Beast vibes for sure from this. I am super excited. It's got deckled edges. So we shall see. I know I'm going to be reading this most likely for Spoopathon. Like, the plan is, like, these were picked up specifically for Spoopathon. And then lastly, this last book, 100% cover buy. I'm preface that right now. It is Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. The normal cover, this background is black, so you can really see the detail of these animals here throughout it. So, and it's a chonker. Like, it's a big boy. Underneath the dust jacket, we are a black cover with a red spine. But you want to see the most gorgeous part of this book. I gotta take its dust jacket off. Look at these end pages. Aren't they stunning? I don't know who the characters are at all. Okay? But they're stunning. Absolutely stunning. Oh my goodness. I didn't even notice these end pages until I opened it up to read the synopsis after I bought it. And I'm just like, wow, it's gorgeous. If I can get my dust jacket back on. So, So this... Well, I'll read one of the blurbs on the back. Laini Taylor, so the author of Strange the Dreamer. Brilliant and unput-downable, with tenderness and light bound into the bitter dark of a grim and fascinating world. And then Robin Hobb says, Kristoff's Empire of the Vampire is a wonderfully crafted tale, the pieces as meticulously interlocked as fine woodwork. Okay, sold. I'd never read the synopsis until after I bought it, and it sounds so good. But I'm not going to read the synopsis to all of you because I don't want to possibly spoil anything, because we all know synopsises, or synopsi, like to give way too much detail. So, that is my September wrap-up and my fail of a book buying ban haul. With that being said, comment down below which one of these books is something that sounds interesting to you. Or if you have suggestions for TBRinko punishments or rewards, or just suggest me some books, comment down below. Make sure you like and subscribe if you wanna. And until next time, you are loved and you are valued.